So, I'm in North Carolina for my family reunion, and people might disagree with what I'm doing, but I'm not about to do this. We say hi to the oldest person just because they're the oldest person, and it's like there's no relationship, there's no dynamic. You're being forced by people who actually have relationships with these people. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go into the house and say hi to somebody just because she's the sister of my great grandmother. Where is the relationship? See, this is the problem. There's this facade of relationships, and then I keep getting introduced as your daughter or your granddaughter or so-and-so's great-granddaughter. That is not identity. That is a blood connection. Like, oh, okay, how are we blood connected? No. If people actually wanted to know who the fuck I was, they would know who the fuck I was, right? If I wanted to know who they were, I would know who they were. I don't. And this is not for no reason. So I feel as though like us doing this one time out of the year, me walking up and hugging these people, why is it that I don't feel inclined to actually call this person and check on them, to actually visit them when it's not a family reunion? This is actually a problem. And instead of me putting up a facade, I want you to be clear on this, which is why my integrity says, no, I'm not going to say hi. Because the reality is, if you weren't asking, I would not say hi. And I have to be congruent with myself. I feel as though I'm about to hurt some feelings, disturb some souls, but the reality is, like, I've been depressed, I've been lonely, I've felt worthless for an abundance of years. That shit didn't go away. And I'm not blaming anybody for that shit, but the reality is, like, me going along with the facade did not help. If anything, it helped put me, like, deeper into that hole of shit. So, no, like, if when I'm around family, I want to be by myself, I need y'all to see that, because that speaks volumes. If I don't want to introduce myself to someone because I know they're not going to fucking remember me, that's important, because I'm the person not being remembered, not you who's asking for the fucking, like, introduction. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited to see what comes of this. I apologize in advance if anybody cries, but I do not apologize for any of my actions or any of my words, because I've been in therapy working hard. It's 2 years since I've been down here, and I bet you that by the end of this, people will respect my motherfucking boundaries. One thing I realized with my family is my angel actually helped me see this, because he has said something mean to me. No, he has said something once where I was offended. And what I did was I actually, like, tried to, like, say something kind of, like, back. And he was just like, what was that? And it really made me reflect, right? Mind you, that was 3 years ago. I'm realizing with my family, our dynamic is if someone hurts you, you hurt back, right? But see, that's how I was a cruel person. So I don't do that anymore. No. Where was I going with this? And the hurt, though, would come in different forms. So it can be like, to hurt you back, I'm going to shame you. To hurt you back, I'm going to guilt you. Or I just might, like, just blatantly try and, like, hurt you back with my words. But either way, it's coming back. So one of the biggest things I notice is, like, with the older generation, if you say something that bothers them, they try and guilt you. So when I said I didn't want to say hi, she was like, oh, you know what? Just let her go. Just let her go. You damn Skippy, and I'm going to still walk out. That does not work over here anymore. I don't even know who I'm a descendant of. I'm ashamed, but then kind of not, because I know why.
Foy Brown is...
Oh.
So, Mamie... Let me look at the names. So this is Grandma. So Alice Brown Spicer is Aunt. So Aunt Lizzie, right?
Right.
Is Grandma's sister.
Right.
Right. So there is the Foy Brown is her mother.
Okay.
Foy Brown, their mother.
Okay.
So they were all Browns.
Oh, okay.
Right,
Make a little more
right.
sense, man.
So that's where the brown.
Where did the Mamie come from?
So that I don't know, because when I first saw this, I did the same thing. Like, well, where do we?
Yeah.
So I think this is grandma.
Like her name is Mamie? Like that was her nickname?
That's because you don't see her name.
Yeah. Right. And that threw me. Like I was like, Alice.
Right. So well, actually, this is okay. Wait, this is grandma's mother.
Oh, okay.
Mamie Brown, Foy Brown, right?
Right.
Her kids were Aunt Lizzie,
right?
Grandma. I think there was 6, 7.
I just found this out. Hold up, I know this. Mary, Minnie, Lizzie, Puddin'.
Okay.
And was that it? Was it just 5? Feel like I'm missing somebody, but we gonna leave it at 5.
Okay.
Who are these people?
Right. So these are, and again, that picture makes more sense to me, because yesterday what they did was they said, they called the names, and they called the descendants of those names. Right. People stood up and said, I am a descendant of blah, 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 blah.
So basically, these are her siblings?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, because I was just about to say, is it because like we be marrying our cousins that this is like so much overlap?
Okay, so now I ain't gonna deny that may take place too. A lot of stuff takes place.
Because I'm like, what's happening?
They don't really talk about. They don't say.
People was marrying cousins, so they didn't have to leave their families.
Well, you got to consider this too. Back then, people didn't go nowhere. Yeah. So you lived in these small towns.
Right. It's like if you far enough.
That's your pool.
What is family?
That's the pool you had to work with.
Gotcha. So, okay.
You know.
I was telling them we need a visual family tree. Our family is way too big to not have a visual family.
Plantation.
8 original slaves.
Right. That came from the Gullah Islands.
Oh.
So they were Gullah slaves. Right.
Is that in our history? So that's a part of us?
Okay, so, right.
Oh, wow.
So then what happened is, it's just long, kind of drawn out story, but make a long story short, the land that Aunt Lizzie now lives on was part of the original land that was part of that plantation. Wow. That plantation was originally like 1,000. So
it was like they got land when they were freed, or whatever.
Right.
That's
so
crazy.
It was either given to them or they bought, whatever, however that transaction happened. So,
sheesh.
So I said, well, then this is part of our history. This is So I came and I said, hey, bro.
Brown side, I'm related to him as well because
triple related.
Louise, what's up, cousin? How are you? What's going on? Look at you, looking good.